going on, man? Welcome back to Truck Driver Sean YouTube channel. All right. For those of you asking, yes, the shirts are available. Don't have many sizes left because people have been buying them up. But hey, if you're an extra large or a 2X, got a couple larges and maybe a medium left, got one for you. All right, just contact me. You have to buy them through me because I have them made privately. That's right. Do not use Teespring and all that stupid shit. But anyway, this is the Amber Spyglass by Lichtlaerm Audio. It is basically a studio grade hybrid EQ that you can use in front of your amp, you can use in your effects loop. Both have two different dynamics when you use them that way. I prefer to use it in front. But I'm also not in a studio. I'm a dickhead in a room full of gear just having fun, you know, drinking coffee in the morning and filming videos because I just film my little journey through gear because, well, I don't know, why not, right? That's what dickheads do. So you have your low, level, and highs. Then you have your low mid, mids, and high mids. And then you have a frequency knob which is activated by the second button over here. Okay? All that does is just puts everything in kind of a whole entire different frequency. I'll show you here in a second. So essentially, let's turn everything off here. So you get kind of this just straight from All right, so now we're going to turn on just the EQ. Again, we'll play a little bit with just the amp and then we'll turn the EQ on. All right, so now it's subtle, but it kind of opens up that chimey area as guitar players were always looking for. Well, most of us anyway. Some people do pride themselves on sounding like donkey farts, but I'm 48. I want my guitar to sound like a guitar. And I want it to cut through, and I want it to be aggressive. And this pedal right here is a huge tool for that. Because, like, I have way more amps than I should have. Like, literally, it's embarrassing at this point. This can be hooked up to any of them, and I can kind of get that core sound that I'm looking for no matter what amp I plug into. And if I'm going to be playing through drum tracks or something, it really does add a little bit more for those mids to cut through. So I'm going to show you now, it's going to show you how it changes the frequency. This ought to be fun, right? Here we go. As you can tell, when you change the whole frequency, things get a little interesting, yeah? Like, for real. Super duper interesting. So this thing has a massive tone spectrum that you can do so much stuff with. So I'm just going to kind of shut up. I told you what the knobs are. I'm just going to monkey with stuff. I can't even see here what I'm doing. I'm just going to turn knobs and we'll have some fun. I'm going to turn the frequency part off, and we're just going to play around with just the regular knobs here for a little bit. So yeah, you know, just listen to the sultry sounds of my shitty guitar playing. Alright, so as you can tell, it's super, super sensitive. I did all the way down, all the way up. So obviously anything between A and B you can pull off. Now we're going to play around with that frequency a little bit, which I think I might have had it wrong. But we shall see. We'll find out. If I have to come back in and correct myself, it wouldn't be the first time. I never know what the fuck I'm doing. Alright, as you can tell, the changes of frequency, and it's not a huge change, but this is where I might be wrong. This might be one of those things where the frequency and the actual mid, because if you go back and you listen to when I turned the mid, the low mid and high mid made huge differences, but the regular mid did not. So now we're going to tinker around. We have that right full in the middle. Let's put it somewhere towards the middle here. That's all the way down. That's sort of towards the middle. So what happens if I leave it engaged but turn the mid and see if we get a big change? Here. All right. So yeah, I was wrong originally. The mids really aren't that active, just the regular mid. The low and high mid, very active. Regular mid, not so active. But when you engage the mid frequency button, way different. Way, way different. So yeah, I mean, that's what she does. She's a tone fixer. If you're having, I mean, it's cheaper to buy a pedal for like $180 plus shipping than it is to go buy a $1,000 amp. Just gonna put that out there. Your amp probably is completely fine. I almost wish I lived like in New York City or something where there's shit tons of musicians so I can go and get all these coveted really shitty sounding amps and be able to hook up some of this really cool gear I have to like crap stuff and see if like a $200 pedal would fix it. Would it make that shitty sounding amp be fucking pretty damn cool? Save people a lot of money. And keep small builders that are doing really cool, smart, forward-thinking stuff like this, you know, in well supply of business. Because, like I've said, in any Lichtlaerm pedal demo I've done, Daniel is fucking brilliant. And when he stopped doing it for a while, he decided he wasn't going to do it. He was going to go build for somebody else. And when he came back, he redid everything. So I have the original Amber Spyglass. And eventually I will put them together in a video. But right now I'm focusing on just demoing the pedal for what it is. And then we'll do another demo where you don't have to hear me talk and go through all this stuff. So if you're sitting through this, I apologize for how long this is. But I want to show people what it does. Because I use things differently than everybody else does. So if I'm turning all the knobs and I'm fucking with it and I'm doing shit, I know my ADD is horrible, and sometimes I don't play the same riff through the whole entire time through, which, oh my god, 13 minutes of the same riff has to be a headache. But I get it. You don't really know what it does. I'm playing the same fucking riff. But yeah. Okay, gear used today. We're going to start at me, the fat guy, and his mitts. Using a Paul Reed Smith SE Chris Robertson signature guitar, which is no longer in production, which is a shame because this thing is awesome. If you can never find one used, go just buy it. It's such a versatile guitar, it's ridiculous. That's going into the Amber Spyglass, which is going into the Omega Obsidian, which is going into the Jens Benz cab that's loaded with DV77 by Eminence, mic'd up with a Shure SM57, going directly into my Zoom QN8, which is where you're seeing and hearing this shit. That's it. Nothing really crazy. So yeah, go check out Lichtlaerm Audio. Pretty much, he's redone the whole line. He's got a couple more coming. I don't know if any more are landing this year. It might be in the first quarter of next year. Let's face it, he dumped 7 of them, I think, right off the bat. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 6 or 7 of them. I think it was 7. I don't have them all sitting here to count them, and you know, I only got so many fingers and so many toes and a memory that sucks. So yeah, it is what it is. I'm old, 48. You know what I'm saying? I'm old as shit. All right, it's very cool. Keep music evil. Bring metal to the children. Don't be a dick. Subscribe to my shit. Like seriously, hit the goddamn subscribe button, would you? Just help a brother out, man. You know, and it's good. You know, eventually I can afford to feed your mom on the dollar menu. Well, they don't really have a dollar menu anymore, do they? That's all right. She'll keep sucking my dick for free. But anyway, check out Lichtlaerm Audio. And yes, if you want a shirt, I have them. Just contact me and we'll figure something out. All right? Very cool. Catch you next video, man. Later.